When a vampire plague finds its way to Miles' own neck of the woods, it'll be up to him to join forces with Blade and his daughter Bloodline to stop the undead threat before it can envelop the entire city. What'll happen next? Well, let's hop into the pages of Miles Morales' Spider-Man issue number 11 and find out together, shall we? So then, picking up directly from where the last issue left off, Miles was on his way to take out the garbage for the night only to be jumped by a vampire, only as Blade and his daughter explain this isn't any regular old suckhead. Not all vampires have fangs or suck blood. These are vampires that feed on bioelectricity, something that Miles is just positively lousy with. I mean, it could be worse. It could be one of those what we do in the shadows energy vampires who sucks you dry just by telling you big, long, boring stories. Personally, I'm an attention vampire. The more you watch my videos, the more life I'm given. Oh crap, did I say that out loud this time? I can edit it out later. As Blade explains, the leader of these electricity vampires is a guy named Ramir, an ancient vampire lord of the second world, so powerful that he can't be killed, only contained. Blade and his daughter had been tracking this vampire's movements all the way from Atlanta, and now they're deputizing Miles to help them out. Of course, if Spider-Man is going to be teamed up with these vampire hunters, he's going to need a quick change in wardrobe. Longer coat, more leather, here we come. And oh man, I mean seriously, just look at this new costume and tell me it doesn't slap. This is good stuff right here. I know it's gonna be years before Miles eventually has as many costume variants as Peter does, but between this, the Iron Spider from the last big event, he sure does keep the quality up, that's for damn certain. We also get to see Miles really hit it off with Briella, Blade's daughter, in this issue, and it makes a lot of sense. They have a lot in common. They're both young black heroes flung into big important Marvel legacies, and they're doing everything they can to keep their heads above water while also leading normal lives on the side. Shit, Miles, if things don't work out with Starling, keep this lady's number. Spider-Man also really impresses the much more seasoned Blade with what an accomplished detective he's becoming under Misty Knight's tutelage. Miles figures that the energy vampire that jumped him had an EMT badge on. And because tonight is Halloween of all nights, there's going to be a lot of people riding the subways, which would make them really easy picking for vampires to grab them and disappear. This story's also sure to have a little social commentary too, when Miles wonders why exactly vampires would be attacking people in Brooklyn, you know, outside just making a fun movie reference. Blade and his daughter are quick to say that suckerheads love operating in black and brown neighborhoods because when people go missing, the cops don't exactly trip over themselves to investigate. Ooh, sad but true. The closer our heroes get to this vampire curse, the more powerful the actual vamps themselves become. Our trio manages to save a couple trick-or-treaters from a vampire attack before eventually giving chase to the creature, who ends up leading them deeper and deeper into the subway tunnels. It's here too, the story actually does a good job circling back to the whole Miles not having 100% control over his spider sense. Apparently therapy has really been helping him, but moreover than that, talking with Doc Sasquatch has given Miles some ideas about how maybe he could improve upon his spider sense, focus it like a laser. Instead of just waiting for it to go off defensively, in doing this he actually manages to save Bloodline from walking directly into the vampire's nest. Hey, how about that? Self-improvement for the win, am I right? Also, from making bioelectric energy swords to now using his spider sense in new and interesting ways, geez, when was the last time Peter actually ever tried to hone any of his abilities? Now again, speaking of storylines from previous arcs that end up coming back in a big bad way, you'll remember HIGHTAIL was actually on the tail of Spider-Man for Agent Gao. Miles had embarrassed her in the previous issue by giving her the slip, and because of that, the super speedster has vowed to search the entire city in a grid till she eventually stumbles upon him again. Oh geez, a speedster and a vampire curse all in one night? I'm sure these two unrelated things won't dovetail by the end, am I right? Back with Spider-Man, Blade, and Bloodline, they fight valiantly against Ramir, but as his bio informed us, he's kind of unkillable. Blade decides to stab him up just enough so he can begin the incantation to lock this vampire away back in his prison. Of course, it's at that very moment HIGHTAIL ends up rushing on in and screwing up everything for everyone. Ramir is quite taken by this super speedster, saying that she is the grand pinnacle of everything humanity could hope to be, and as such vows to turn her to the vampire side. We also discover that these bioelectricity vampires don't have traditional fangs, but instead weird tentacle things that come out of their mouths. Gross. Now, this isn't Blade's first rodeo hunting monsters, and he full well can't have another Marvel zombies on their hand wherein a super speedster ends up picking up a monster curse and spreading it. And as such, his first course of action is to just try and kill HIGHTAIL before she can cause any trouble. Naturally, Miles can't have any of this and gets in between the two of them. Showing once again, despite all the crap that HIGHTAIL has put Miles through over the last couple volumes, he still very much cares about her and wants to protect her. HIGHTAIL actually puts up a pretty valiant fight herself against the Vampire Lord, but eventually, like all the others, ends up succumbing to the dark corruption and turning into a vampire herself. And believe it or not, it's on that note right there the comic comes to an end, everybody, and so that was Miles Morales' Spider-Man issue number 11, and oh man, was this an excellent story to pick up just in time for Halloween. In fact, this might be one of the most fun and exciting little superhero crossovers I've read in a little while. Miles bounces off Blade and his daughter really effortlessly, and Ziegler does a great job tying in the events of this fun vampire story with all the other stuff that was going on in the Miles book previously. Beyond that, I don't really know what else to say. This was just a damn fun read from start to finish, and if you're not reading the Miles book, I think you're definitely cheating yourself right now. I would give this one another well-deserved 8 out of 10. Hey there everyone, it's your old pal Cape Joel again, thanking you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, why not check out my Amazon link down in the description. Yes, that's right, the Cape Joel channel officially has its own Amazon storefront now. You can pick up a comic or anything else for that matter, and if you did, you'd really be helping me in the channel. So with that out of the way everyone, I will see you again next time. Bye-bye.